Salto can automatically notify you of important changes to your business platforms. Let's see how it works. I've connected this Salto environment to a NetSuite account. To set up notifications, I navigate to the Monitor section for the environment. And in order for notifications to work, your environment must have a scheduled fetch configured. Salto's notifications are only triggered after a fetch operation runs, so it only makes sense to configure notifications if you have fetches running automatically. I'll click Set Up Scheduled Fetch, and I'll configure this environment to run an hourly fetch. With that complete, the button changes to Set Up a New Notification, which I'll click now. Here I can configure my first notification. One thing that can massively change the behavior of a NetSuite account is a change to the features or the preferences of that account. So I want to set up a monitor that notifies me whenever my account features or preferences are changed. I'll start by giving my monitor a title. Next, I need to select which elements will trigger my monitor. In my case, I want to select everything that is classified as a setting in Salto's NetSuite schema. Expanding this node, we can see that settings encompasses my accounting preferences, my company features, my company information, my company preferences, and my user preferences. Now, I might not care if an individual user changes their preferences, so I'll uncheck that, but the rest I want to know whenever they change. Up above, I can configure which type of change will trigger my monitor. I can choose from any change, just modifications, just additions, or just deletions. In this case, these features and preferences cannot be added or deleted. They can only be modified, so I can choose modifications. Once we've selected which elements will trigger our notification, we can select how we want to be notified. We can be notified via email or Slack. I'll choose email and provide my email address. Now this could be any email address. It could be, rather than an individual, it could be a group or an alias, so that everyone who needs to know about this change gets notified appropriately. I can also decide whether this monitor triggers on changes made only in NetSuite, only in Salto, or both. In this case, I want to know whenever it changes, regardless of the source, so I'm going to leave it on both. Lastly, you can be notified on a fetch even if there are no changes, but I don't want that here, so I'll leave that disabled. With that, I click Save, and now we have a monitor watching over the settings of our NetSuite account. If any of these are ever changed, either in Salto or in NetSuite, I'll receive an email after the next fetch containing a PDF attachment which lets me know exactly what changed and when, and I can decide whether further remediation is necessary. And that is how we use Salto to proactively monitor and alert us of critical changes to our business platforms.